Hello, good afternoon. Nice to have you here on a rainy Saturday afternoon. What a day. I hope everybody's okay. I'll give it a few minutes for everyone to join. Oh, look, some people are already there. We're going to have Hazel Young. We also have Helen in the background. She'll be obviously commenting along as well. So if you have any questions or any comments that I miss, then please feel free to drop us a line to say hello. And we have Tom here as well. Hi, Tom. Yeah, good, thank you. We're very well. Tom's asking how I am. Do you know what? It's been great. I'm back to doing what I love. This is great to be here on a Saturday afternoon. We are just going to give it a few seconds for a few other people to join. Wow, we have a few, more than I thought, because I thought maybe people would be doing things on a Saturday. So we'll just say hello here. We have Kathy as well. Hi, Kathy. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to do two projects today. One is a clean and simple, and then the other is going to be a mixed media. Now I'm going to use basically the same two main products on each one. So it's a kind of like a versus kind of thing going on. So, I mean, some people are into the mixed media camp, and then the others are into the clean and simple, and then some people are a bit of both. So so maybe there's something you can take away from these projects, whether you're going to use a clean and simple and then add some of those mixed media elements in if you want to as well. So just to say a few more hi's to everybody. Who else do we have here? We have Maria, we have Sama made cards, we have Handy Scandy as well. Hello. Yes, so wherever you are in the world, it's raining here in sunny Wales. So, we have Sandy Tiger Strom as well. Hiya, Sandy. That sounds like you're not from the UK, possibly. I don't know. And we have Jeanette as well. Hi, Jeanette. Jeanette's on our design team, so yes. It's great. Just great to be back. So, right, shall I show you what I'm going to be playing with today? I think that's a good place to start. So, we're going to probably take maybe not more than an hour, but hopefully it will be less. The clean and simple one shouldn't take too long, and then we can we'll do that one first, because then if I get inky hands, I don't want to get it over my clean and simple card. So we have loads. Oh, Jeanette has loads of snow in Stockholm. Nice one. Well, I do like snow, and I like playing in it, but then when you've got to travel and things in it, it's not so nice. We have Doris as well, watching from Carolina. Hi, Doris. And we have Ellie as well. God, there's quite a few people here, so it's great to see you. What I'll do is I'll show you the products I'm going to be using today, so let's have a look at them, shall we? So, the products I'm going to be using today is, right, so we have, this is our latest release, this one here, which is this nice, these are slightly smaller stamps than our normal size, but they're packed, you see, and also they're a great price point as well. I think that, I don't know what they are, like, $6.99 or $6.99. Check on the website, but they're a great price point as well. I know people are, obviously counting their pennies at the moment, so these are a great price point as well. And, they're a good size stamp. So you've got a lovely telephone there, and then we've got call me, and then in brackets, maybe. So I keep on thinking of singing the song as well, but I won't do that, because you'll all disappear. So you don't want to do that. So this is a great kind of retro telephone, and the sentiments mean. So we have 6 of these new sets, each one with a nice element, and then obviously some meaningful sentiments or text to go with it. So that's that. Then also back in stock. Now this one, oh my, do you know what? It can't be made quick enough. So this is we call this a SUPERNOVA stencil, and it's great, especially whether you're doing ink blending through it or putting your texture paste through it. Now it is back in stock. It's gone out of stock twice quickly. So so please, if you're thinking about it, don't even think too hard, because it's such a great stencil. Great to put your focal image in the center there, and these like rings that radiate out. Absolutely fantastic. Who do we have? We have Sherry asking, saying love that stencil. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I do like that too. We have Sally as well. Of course, the rugby's on. Of course. See, yeah, I'll say it once again. Helen always says to me that the only reason she married me, or I think that the reason she married me was because I'm not into kind of football and rugby. It's not my. I don't watch it. So no. Maybe Helen will correct me there. But right, let's get back to the product, shall we? Yeah. So this is an absolutely must. You know, you can use some of the rings or just use them all. So do like that. So we'll start using a clean and simple card, using these two, and then we're going to use the same products but a little bit more mixed media. So we'll start off with, let's move these out of the way. Now, obviously we have a piece of card and we have our gorgeous stencil. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stencil over the top of my piece of card. Now, as far as measurements go, this is kind of a roughly 6x6. The stencils are 6x6, so if anyone wants to know that. Right, so I shall just quickly tape it down. Not being too fussy taping this down. You don't have to be. Again, this is going to be one of those kind of cards that you can do, you know, nice and quick, not too complicated, and just having a little bit of fun. So here we go. Let's just take that down. Right, that's lovely. I'm just going to say, oh yes. I know Sally's saying, but Wales is playing. Yes, I know. I'm in Wales. Technically, I'm not from Wales, so so maybe that people will let me off. I'm just going to drink of water actually. What's everyone else been doing today? Oh, I just read the comment from Helen saying there might be another reason or two. Well, I don't know what they are. Right, let's have a look. Right, I'm going to get some blending brushes in. And I'm going to let's get some blending brushes in. And I'm going to also use some the distress inks. So I've got maybe 5 or 6 different colours here. Kind of rainbow effect maybe. So I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to blend in around those circles there, that circle, just with a few different colours, just to bring that to life. Actually, no. Do you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to stamp it. I've decided, yes, let's move this out of the way. See, when you're doing live, you forget in what order you're going to do things in. So let's move this out of the way. I'm going to stamp this first. Good idea, Mark. Right, so what I'll do, I've got my stamping platform and I shall just place this card on here. Again, you can go old school and use just a clear acrylic block if you want to, but if you're going to got a stamping platform, use it. It's great to have, really great to have. So I'm just lining this up as to where my image is going to go. Pretty much there, I think. Central-ish. Right, okay. So I'm happy with that now. I must remember to try and keep my head out of the screen. I'm sorry if I do that every now and again. I will try to get better at that. Right, so I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black. Great ink, black ink, especially if you're doing like if you've got fine details or anything on your cards. I don't know what other people use, but this is kind of my go-to ink of choice. So gently tapping the stamp, pressing down on here, and always just give it a few seconds. When you're pressing down, just give it a few seconds for that ink to transfer from the stamp onto your card. And again, the great thing is that even if maybe you didn't put enough ink on the first time, or if you want a slightly darker image, you can open it up, lift up the lid, and go back in there with a deeper colour. Now that's looking pretty good, but I want to go back in just a little bit more. I like it a little bit darker. We're going to emboss this afterwards, so we want it nice and wet so that the clear embossing powder is going to stick to that. So let's just go over that again, and I think we'll have a lovely image there as well now. Wow, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Right, so let me just take that off. Move that to one side. Now, I normally use clear embossing powder, and it's my choice. Lots of people use maybe black, but if you're using use a piece of card there. If you're like demonstrating, you don't want to get those black flecks around your project. So I'm using clear, so that kind of like it hides any slight errors that you may have made. Not that I've made any errors so far. So just empty that out, and we're going to heat emboss that now. And this will look absolutely gorgeous. I'm just reading as I'm going along as well there. So, oh, Sherry is asking where you can shop our products in the US. Helen will be able to help you there, but I do know I know for a fact that Scrapbook, we have scrapbook.com and quite a few other stockists as well. Maybe Helen can drop a list to you. I'm just heating this up. Again, this is a nice, clean and simple image, but it's going to be very effective. So you can see it's just turning black now. Lovely. Again. Oh, lovely. That's a great image. Again, very easy to colour in as well. So I'm going to work out exactly what kind of colours I'm going to do that next. Right, let's get back to doing what I was going to do first of all. So I'm going to stamp. I'm going to use the stencil now. I'm going to use some clean tape as well. So let's put this down, and I'll get some more tape to put over that. Okay. So what I want to do next is I'm going to place my stencil centrally over the image. Yeah, that looks good. I think I'll go with that. And I shall take that down. Yeah, it's I do, I'm not maybe like children of today probably wouldn't know what this kind of phone is, but it's still, I think it's still pretty much recognizable as a telephone. And again, I do miss the simpler days of calling people on a normal telephone, an old-fashioned retro telephone. I do like that. So I'm going to stick this down a little bit tighter. There we go. Again, always play around to get it to how you want it. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to blend through some of the colours here. Do you know what? Another faux pas. Do you know what I can do as well? Okay, so for those of us who maybe, if you want to blend through your product here, and it's a nice way to show you that. If I just went through there now with colours, you're going to go over the top of your image, and I want to colour that in. So if I go over with colours, you're going to have the kind of weird kind of like rings going through it. Now, what you can do is use a mask. Now, I've already stamped this out onto a masking sheet, and I've just cut it out. So I will show you that now. So the best way to do it is to actually show you how I would do this to mask off this area. Lots of you have probably done this loads of times, but for those who are maybe new to the to doing stamping and things, this is a great way to show you. So I have these are masking sheets. You can stamp on them, and then you can cut them out, and then you can use them again and again. And sometimes it's quite nice to be able to put these in the same packet as your stamp as well, so you can be able to use them again together. So I think that's a great call. So all you do is I've just got to peel this off, and all I have to do is, let me just stick this down. So I'll just zoom in there to show you. So there you go, you've got a better image of it there now. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to place this over the top of my image already. Hopefully get in the right place. And That should protect it underneath. So just make sure that's stuck down. Okay, so we have the image there, which looks still good, really good. Okay, now let's bring the stencil back in now. Now we can finally put the stencil over the top. And just place it where we want it. Now I'm going to go in, as I said, with my blending tools, and I'm just going to use some distress inks, not the oxide inks. I'm just using the standard distress inks. Any water-based ink, of course. If you don't have these, then you can use any water-based ink as well. So stick that down. Happy with that. Now I think the first colour I'm going to use. Okay. I think we'll go in with the Pick Raspberry. I do like this colour. I think it's one of the favourites. So we're just going to go in a few colours around there. Then we're going to go. I think we use the orange. Oh, this is Spice Marmalade. I do like this one as well. Now you can go in as gently or as hard as you want to go, depending on how you want your card to look. So we just go in with those colours there and slightly blend them as we go in. We can come back to that. Next I'm going to use some yellow. This is mustard seed, I think it is. And then we're also going to use the green. Again, because I can go, as you see, I'm starting to go over that image now as well. You can see me going over it, which is good because, you know, hopefully that image will be protected against the inks. We shall soon find out. Use the green. I'm going to use some blue. Now, what does people like prefer to do? Kind of more mixed media, or do they like both? I don't have a preference. I think I like getting inky, and then I also like getting, you know, I do like my clean and simple as well. So I like a bit of both. I need another distress tool. Right, another distress tool. One for the purple. Again, you'd have to be, I mean, you could be a bit more careful. If you don't have the masking sheets, you could be a bit more careful. Possibly use a post-it note as well. You could do it that way if you don't have these products, all of the products. But again, it's just having a play and having a little bit of fun. I think that's what makes all the difference. So just go around with those colours again. Blend it in. Again, you can go as faded or as deep as you really want to go. So I'm kind of liking this now. It's really nice. Again, blending those colours across and get more intense as we go around the Supernova. Again, this is a kind of must. I would say it's a must stencil to have because everything that you put in the centre is going to absolutely pop, and your card's going to look absolutely amazing. Just go around a little bit more there. Finish off with that pink. Again, you know, Saturday afternoon, I do like to have, you know, a play where possible. It's just nice to be able to do this, and we're fortunate enough that we can do this with everybody, with our own studio. So let's just move those colours around. Again, this is a project that shouldn't take too long. Again, just having a little bit of fun there. Right, I think I'm happy with that now. Maybe a little bit more purple there. again, we still want the telephone to be the focal point of the image, so which is why I'm masking it off so I can colour that in. So let's just move these test colours out of the way, and then we shall reveal, and we should have something really nice. Okay, so let's take this off. Okay, so we have the image. Now the next thing we want to do is to peel off the mask, and then we can colour in the telephone. Now there's different ways you can colour in the telephone, but I'll probably use some alcohol pens. Yeah, I think, or I mean, you could use watercolour paints as well. It's entirely up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick my going to gently lift off my mask that's underneath, and if I can put that back on my sheet. So just take off your mask, and we shall be able to use that again and again. How does that look? Now once this is coloured in, it should look lovely. Absolutely. I say the colours didn't go through the phone either, so that looks really cool. I do like that. Just move this tape out of the way. It's annoying me, you know, something that annoy you. Right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to colour in the phone. It's a good question as to what kind of colour I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use something nice and bright. Some nice and bright colours, I think. Aha. So this is one of the, I mean, any alcohol pens that you've got. I'm just using something that's quite bright. Do you know what I think I'll do first though? I'm going to stick it to my card. I think that'll be the easiest thing for me to do. So I have a card blank, just with a black mat. Again, this will help those colours pop onto your card as well. Again, this is incredibly simple. Again, clean and simple, one layer, that's all you have to do. So I'm going to stick this to the card, I'm going to colour it in, and then we'll add a little bit of shadow as well, and the sentiment. So let me just stick this down. So I'm going to use, this is my ATG gun. This is just a double-sided tape. I'm trying to read all the comments. Thank you. Yes, lots of people saying woohoo, and looks great. So thank you everybody for that comments. It's nice just to have some fun and show you something clean and simple, and then obviously we can get more inky as well. So let me just zoom in there a second. So I'm going to try and line this up without getting my head in the way. Whoops, my head was in the way there. Sorry, Helen. Right, okay. Stick that down. Okay. So now we have one layer. So one layer card so far. Let's add some colour to this. I think I can actually, now I can sit down. Right, okay, let's colour this in. I'm going to use a really bright colour because I think it'll really pop out even more. So I'm using, what colour? Oh, I'm not even sure what colour this comes out at. Oh, that's a nice colour. I think that's a good choice. It's nice to be able to, you know, do something like this that's, you know, quick, especially if you've got a card to make for somebody. I mean, don't forget, you know, the more you get into this, if you don't want to do a little bit more than clean and simple, you could layer this up as well at this telephone and look absolutely amazing. But I think for a clean and simple, I think basically one layer card with a sentiment is just, you know, it's just an easy start to get into stamping, I think. That's the right colour, I think. Do you know what? I'd actually like a telephone in this colour as well. I'll have to have a look for retro telephones. So let's just colour this in. Again, really easy. Just go. You can go straight over the embossing there. Doesn't hurt it at all. and we can always also add a little bit of shadow as well. So I'm going to go around that. I think this would look pretty funky in the house. This telephone would. So we'll colour this in. I'm just trying to read some of the comments. Oh, Ali's commented on our design team. She's saying she loves the stamp and all the products. Yeah, thank you, Ali. Again, you know, great price point. I think we've got 6 sets in this range of slightly smaller stamps, but I mean they pack a punch. You know, one stamp and a sentiment. I mean, it looks amazing. And the stencil, you know, you're going to use again and again and again. So just going over this now quickly. I think we're nearly done on that. I do like a curly cord, so I think I'm going to have that same colour. Yeah. Do I want to colour in the? Not sure whether to colour in all of it or just leave off some of those bits there. I'll tell you what, I'll colour in that part. The choices that you have, you know, in the way that you colour it is also pretty cool as well. So I do like that. Now we will add in some. I've got sort of white Posca pen as well. And we also have a sentiment, so let me just get to my Posca pen, and I've got another white pen. You know when you've got loads of white pens? Right, okay. So let's just go over this, just picking up, highlighting some of the detail there on the phone. There's not a lot you need to do on it. Just basically follow the line down. It's those small details that make all the difference. A little bit of a highlight there. Yeah, I like that. So just highlight a few of those areas there, give it some depth to your project, and away to go. A little bit of highlighting down there. Yeah, how does that look? Oh, I think you want to do that there as well. Okay, so that's pretty much. Do you know what? I think that looks pretty good. Sentiments. Now we have a couple of sentiments. In the set we have Call Me, which is a great one. So I think I'm going to have Call Me at the top, and then we also have Maybe. So, you know, maybe something like that. I think that would look pretty good. Yeah. I'm going to stick those on, and do you know what, I'm going to add a little bit of shadow there, a little bit of depth for a bit of for a little bit more, but I'm going to stick these items on first. Right, so I shall use some pin flare glue and my pokey tool. Right. I know I'm trying to get everything done in possibly the hour, so hopefully the other card will take about the same kind of length of time. I know, clean and simple against something a bit more to it, but we'll give it a go. So we'll just stick this one on first. Do I want to now? I should stop, Mark, stop. I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm just going to go for it. we'll have call me there, and we'll put maybe down the bottom right. I'm trying to think of who sings that song. Is it Carly Rae Jepsen? I don't know. I'm not going to sing it. I'm singing it in my head, but I'm not going to sing it because my singing voice is painful, to say the least. Oh, right. Okay. So let's just... Oops. Again, pretty much clean and simple. Let's get a grey pen as well, just to put some shadow on there. Okay. So this is one of the tri-blend pens, so you've got like 3 different colours on there. Try the light one first. This is the kind of thing you can do afterwards as well. Just go around your image and just give it some shading just underneath there. So we have the first card pretty much done. Again, one layer as well, so it's nice. But I mean, that stencil really works well, and you know, that telephone in whatever colour you'd like to do it in, and I mean you can have it raised and decoupaged up as well, paper piercing as well, so that would look really cool. But I think it's nice little start there. Again, call me maybe. So that's the first one. Now I'm going to try on the next one. So we're going to do add in some texture paste, just to give it a little bit more to it as well. So who else do we have? I'm just reading some of the comments. Oh, Jeanette's an 80s girl, yeah. I cannot remember my... Oh, Helen's asking whether anyone can remember their old telephone number. No, I cannot. No, definitely not. But then again, I can't remember I can't remember what happened last week. Never mind, like 40 years ago. Okay. So that's the first one. So we'll move on to mixed media, and I'm using this time. So we'll put this one to one side, and you can have we'll have a versus and see which one you prefer. So that's the first one. I'll put that to one side. So this time I'm going to use this is a 6x6 canvas. Very first time ever I'm using this thing. So that's it's a new one to me. I mean, maybe you've used canvases before. These are quite economical ones. Now the only thing I've done to this is put some white gesso on it or some white paint on it, just to give it a little bit of a seal to it. So that's the first thing I've done. The next thing I want to do is what I'm looking for now, Mark. So I'm going to get some. I also have some pieces of just ripped papers as well. So I have those at hand, and I'm going to stick those to my projects. Now, another product which I've never used before is this, which is a gel medium. Now, I'm presuming that I can stick my pieces of paper to it with it. That's what I'm sure I've seen somewhere on YouTube. So so this is a first for me. I normally use glue, but I found this stuff and I thought I'd give it a try. So just get a brush. Now I'm going to put some on my canvas, and then I'm just going to stick these pieces of paper to it. These are just ripped from an old book. So nothing special. Let's put some more of that on there. So I'm going to stick them on, and I think this is going to be like the first layer for our little project that I'm going to do. So put some on there, stick that on. Again, I do like this kind of messiness to it as well. Just put that on to seal it down there as well. Again, random. Now I think I've done something like this before, but I don't remember what I actually did. So again, it's going to be a little different. Again, new products, I like to play with stuff. So you know, if you've got something like this, then it's nice to have a play. Just trying to see what I'm going to use. Well, that's a nice piece there. It'll fit nicely. So just put some of the gel medium on, and it does seem to be sticking to it. Again, I'm not being too fussy as to where these things go. Again, this is only part of the background because remember, I'm still going to use that stencil like I did last time. So this is going to kind of be like another a depth of layer to it. So you know, there's a little bit more dimensions to it. So I'm not sure. I think I'll put that one there. Let's overlap it. That's good. So place that down. Stick glue it over the top. Seal it in. Now I'm going to have to probably use a heat tool on this just to dry it off quickly, but that should be good. Again, it's nice to play with something brand new. I've never used this before. I can't. No, I can't. It does have a nice clean smell to it as well. I do like to sniff my products as well. Not normally, just sniff them as to see what because someone had some gilding wax and it smelled like it smelled gorgeous. It smelled like baked tarts or something. It smelled gorgeous. So right, okay. So that's that bit done. Now, oh, wrong lid. Where's the right lid for this, Mark? Aha. Now we shall dry that with a heat tool. Once this is dry, we're going to spray some colours onto it, just to give it that kind of like, I think I'm going to use some oxide inks and some distress sprays as well. Yeah, Ali's telling me that, yeah, I think it smells like almonds. The gilding wax I had smelled like almonds. It was absolutely gorgeous. Although I don't recommend eating it. Not that I have, but I wouldn't recommend eating it. I presume it's probably not edible. Again, any old books. I mean, this particular page is some kind of old conversion book from old shillings to pounds. Again, the pages are quite. They were kind of discoloured, and they're also quite a little bit brittle as well. So so they do tear very easily. Maybe old paper does that, but perfect for doing some like mixed media work on, having a play. So just drying this as we go. Oh, Handy Scandy saying yes, says on here, yes, it does smell like almonds. Maybe they put that in it. I don't know what it is that makes the almond smell, but I mean, I do like I'm a lover for marzipan. I'm just seeing how dry it is. It's not too bad actually. Now I'm going to put sprays over it, and then we'll see how it works. Because as I said, I've never used a canvas before, and I've never used the medium gel either. So that's you know, that's two new products for me today so far. I think that's dry enough. So the next thing we want to do is we want to get our stencil out again. No, I want to spray it first. I'm going to spritz it first. I need some kitchen roll, just so I don't spray everybody and everything. Right. So, right. I shall cover everything up that I wish to keep cleanish. And I'll just move that out of the way. I know I'm going to spray everywhere. Okay. So we have that, and it's pretty. It's very, very slightly tacky, but that's the kind of thing I can get away with, I'm sure. So, inks, distress sprays. So I've got a lot of different distress sprays. I don't know, I just play with the colours and then just end up with something that you're going to play with wherever's at hand. I try and use different colours all the time, so I don't have a favourite. So right, first off, I'm going with Salty Ocean. So I'll spray a bit of that. Again, I'm not even sure how much that will come through the card. We will have a look. What other colours should I use? Oh, I think I'll use the orange first. Wild Honey. Evergreen Bough. So I'm actually also going to mix up. We've got a few different ones there. I'm going to try the actual sprays as well as just the oxide. So just to give it that depth of differentness in the colours. Some blue. Do you want squeezed lemonade or nah? No, mustard seed. I shall dry that a little bit and see what kind of colour we get. And the colours always, there's always a surprise with the inks, especially when you're drying things off, as to kind of what the colour comes out like. So I do like to see what happens, and you can always go back in if you're not keen on it, or you don't like it. Go back in and change it. So I'm just going to soak up some of those colours there. Oh, I can still see some of those pages coming through as well, so that's nice. I do like that. I think I'm definitely going to go back in with a little bit of the picked raspberry as well. It's one of my favourite colours. Just drying some of that colour off. As it's drying, you can, the colours change completely. I do like those little speckles that you get every now and again as well. Now it looks a lot. From what I can see on camera to what you can see, so I will show you once I've got this dry for you. Amy Corson's just commenting about landlines, about actually going to the telephone to answer it and not being on a mobile. Yeah, they just don't understand. I bet you there's probably a lot of people who wouldn't actually know how to use the, an old telephone where you have to turn the dial to ring. I mean, buttons, yeah, people can get away with, but using the dial, that's really old school. Now, with the using the gesso on the canvas, the colours are a lot more vivid as well, so that's nice to see that. It is taking longer to dry, but I've just noticed that, but actually not too bad. We'll carry on. Dare I just cover that over and just dab? Oh, that's not too bad. I think about one of the things with the old dial telephones is that they were quite loud, weren't they? You know, they made that like click 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 clicking noise every time you turn the dial. You couldn't phone somebody quietly, could you? Oh, and we have Nicole is saying that she's crafting along. Well, thank you, Nicole. That's great. So I'm just letting this dry. A bit longer than I thought it would, but maybe that's because I put the gel medium on, or possibly it's on the canvas. I just blasted it a little bit more with my heat tool. But I'll have to work slightly when it's wet, that's fine. We can do that. Okay, I think I'll stop there. I shall take this tissue away. There. That's looking quite nice now, isn't it? I do like that. And you can just see, let's look at close up there. You can see that some of that text coming through as well, so I do like that. That's really nice. I do like that. And you put as much on it or as little as you want as well. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we want to bring that stencil back in, and this time we're going to use. I should just wipe it first. I'm using the same one I used earlier. Normally I'd have a couple of stencils in at the same time, but I didn't grab another one. Right, so I'll use the same one. Okay, take that tape off. Okay, let's just put that to one side. I'll quickly wipe that. Spray. Now, as I'm cleaning this, I'm just reading a few of the comments. Now, this is where we can have a little bit more fun. It may be slightly wet, but we can get away with that. I'm trying to decide on which way up we're going to go. I think I'm going to go that way up. I'm going to put the stencil over the top. Again. Now, I think I'm just going to paste through it. I don't think I'm going to tape it down this time. I'm going to paste directly through it. So the color, what I'm going to use this time is I am going to use a translucent. I'm going to use translucent texture paste. And just looking for. Oh, that's right. It's a. It's going to be one of the distress ones. And I've put it down somewhere. I can't find it. Where did I put it? Did I put it away? Translucent. Sorry everybody, I'm just looking for my translucent paste. Huh. You know when you had something in your hand and then it's disappeared? That's where we are at the moment. Oh, I've got it. Huh. So this is the translucent grit paste. Lovely. So I'm going to use that. That's my colour of choice. What else? Right. So that's the colour I'm going to use. Just to get my tool. So let me just show you what it's like inside. If you haven't got any of that, it does. It's kind of. It looks a little bit white, but it does dry translucent. So I'm going to put some paste through there, and then I'm going to sprinkle some embossing powder as well, just to give it some colour as well. So just take your paste. Now, just wondering whether I can do this one-handed, or shall I tape it down? Do you know? I think I'll tape it down just slightly, just so I've got a free hand. Just going to tape down a few bits there, just so it doesn't move too much while I'm putting the paste through. There we go. Right. So get your translucent paste. Now you don't have to be too. This is where you can have a little bit of fun. You can be exact with it, or you can just go, to use some of the areas. I think I'm going to go all the way around because I think it looks really cool. Now, because it's still slightly wet, it's picking up a little bit of the colour there, but that's great because that's part of it making it looking really cool, I think. So use those translucency. That's going to bring that colour through your texture paste when it's dry. I'm going to have to heat this as well, obviously to save time for drying, and this is where it will come to life. So just go through with a few of the bit more paste there. Just go around your image. Again, this is one of the fastest selling stencils that we've ever had, so it's been fantastic for us. So thank you to everyone who's been lucky enough to buy it. Right, let's put that back in there. So we shall take that off. Now, what I do like to do before I'm going to take that off is I'm going to use some embossing powders. I've got some gold embossing powder, which is some gold. I've also got some silver as well. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of each over the top of the stencil. It'll soak into the translucent paste. We shall remove it, then we shall heat it up as well. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of that around. You can put it wherever you want. You don't have to be too fussy. It's going to bring a little bit of sparkle to your project. I'll use some silver. So just sprinkle some of that silver around. Even if it mixes with the other one, that's good. Again, that texture paste will soak those colours up. And a little bit. This is another what's one there. Oh, so this is a salvage patina as well. A little bit of that on there as well. Again, you're just mixing those colours up to give it a little bit of life. Right, so we're done there. Now I shall remove the stencil and we shall heat and emboss it then. Just be careful when you remove this. And this is going to go into some water to clean off. Right, just going to move that out of the way whilst I quickly clean that up. Now what you do, I'm going to gently tap that excess off. And we shall heat that up now. This is where the fun comes in now, because you never know what you're going to get at the end, and it's great. You know, this is where you start to really play. So just heating it up. We're going to heat up now. I'll zoom in there just so you can see what's going on. As it's heating, it's bubbling as well, so it gives it that lovely raised look to it as well. And look how that's coming to life now. Yes, sorry, Sherry's asking whether it is a canvas board. Again, you can get these, you know, relatively cheap in like a 6-pack or 10-pack. They come in different sizes as well. Failing that, you could probably do the same thing if you don't have canvas board. You know, piece of cardboard, brown cardboard. You gesso that, you can do exactly the same thing. It's just, you know, you just play with what you've got. I think that's great to do. So don't be afraid when you're going around here. It does bubble up, but it does settle back down again as well. So just carry on going around until you get the look that you want to achieve. The worst thing is not to try and do it, not to play and have fun. Wow, that's different. Right, let's have a look, shall we? So I just want to show you, if I can, how that looks. I zoom in there. Can the camera wake up? Right, okay. So now you can see the dimension that you've got on this now. You've heated that texture paste up and together with the embossing powder, and you've got something that is incredibly touchy-feely. It's really raised. It's lovely. I think that looks great. How does that look, everybody? Again, from what we started with to what we have now, I think that's lovely. The camera doesn't do it justice, but I think you get the idea as to how cool that actually is. So that's pretty much dry now, and it's quite hard as well. You know, it's quite solid. It's quite solid, so that's really good. So next thing we want to do is we do have obviously we've got the telephone, and so on this one, obviously with the last one it wasn't raised up, so I've already stamped the telephone and I've cut it out. Again, really easy to do, a couple of minutes there, cutting that out. Now you can, I think I've got to colour that. I'm going to colour that in as well, and I'm going to have it raised. I may want to sprinkle a bit of Posca pen on there as well, just to give it some white highlights. So let me just do that first. Let's put this to one side. These are acrylic pens, Posca pens. Lots of people have got them. So just don't have to be too exact as to where things are going to go. Just going to bring you a little bit to life there. So that's going to go on top of there like that. But I think I've got to colour it in. So this one I think I've got to do it in a different colour. Good question as to what colour I'm going to do it in. So put that to one side. I shall get another pen. This is colour. I'm just seeing which colours might be my favourite colour to use. Oh, a turquoisey. Yeah, let's go for turquoise, shall we? So just colouring this in again with an alcohol pen. Oh. You know, that's not bad. I'm slightly over the hour at the moment, but we're getting there. I did say kind of close to the hour. I know everyone's time is valuable. So I'm just colouring this in. Again, you don't have to be, you know, the world's best, you know, person at colouring in, whether you're using your Copics or, you know, or any of other your alcohol pens. I know there's, I mean, some pens can be very expensive, or some can be kind of like quite economical. Just get whatever you've got and use it. I picked a pen that's running out. How did I pick a pen that's running out of colour? We'll make it last. Right. Probably was squeaky. Right, okay. Luckily I'm nearly done. So we'll just finish that off. And I think this blue phone is going to be quite nice on there. I think that will work quite well. Again, these ideas now, whether you're working on a canvas or if you're making a card for somebody, you can combine some of these elements or combine all of them, or just get a few ideas. Hopefully this has been good for you and a bit of fun. Again, the stamps are a great price point as well. We're conscious of you know, of that. So yeah. I think they're available to order now, so do have a look on the website or check our stockists out. Look on that central bit as well. Oh, I didn't cut. Should have maybe cut that bit out there. He says, I've just noticed that now. Ooh. Right. Sorry, those tiny things that just annoy you. I'm going to cut that out now. There we go. That's better. Right. I will get my white pen. Don't be afraid to go in with the pen. Just highlighting a few details there again. Very easy to do. And it makes all the difference. Just a little bit of white there. Now I'm going to use some of my 3D glue. Just to glue that image on. Again, this is a silicone glue, but if you've got foam pads, use your foam pads. Or if you prefer foam pads. I quite like the glue because obviously it gives you a little bit of wiggle room so you can move it around a little bit. So we'll place that over the top. Again, that's going to give it some depth down, raised. So how does that look? Yeah. Looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, oh, a couple of more sentiments again. So maybe I'll just have Call Me on this one. I mean, I've got Call Me maybe, but maybe I might put them top and bottom this time. Just be slightly different. So we'll stick those down as well. Yeah, I'm just reading the comment from Helen saying, you know, the design team have always done amazing stuff as well. Lots of their projects and samples are on the website under the category of whatever the stamps or stencils are. So please do check that out because that looks amazing. So we'll stick this one probably here. Oh, it stuck to me. Right. And this time we'll have the sentiment at the top. I think these kind of impromptu kind of, you know, we decided, oh, let's do a live. We did it. So that's that project there. I think that's pretty much done. There's probably a few more things you could probably add to it if you wanted to. But I'm kind of happy with that. I think, you know, that, you know, from pretty much start to finish, that's pretty cool. So we have two here. You have to decide, go on, you have to comment, let's comment on which one's your favourite or which one you prefer. But they're both good in their own right, I think. Just get the first one in. So, again, two different projects. One card that's kind of pretty much good, you can give to somebody, and then you've got something a little bit mixed media on a canvas there, but you could do that on a card as well. So yeah, I mean, they're both pretty cool, I think. You know, if you're doing a clean and simple, I could do it completely different, maybe with different stencil, who knows. So yeah, let me just go to the front camera. So there we go. Oh, that's a bit close, everybody. Let's just go back just a touch there. There we go. Well, thank you for that. As I say, available to pre-order now. Those the Supernova stencil is back in stock, so it's available to get your hands on. And the new stamps are also. Please do check out the website for the new stamps release as well. 6 new smaller stamp sets. Great kind of like pocket money kind of range. But great images. Each one is pretty cool. I shall be doing demonstrations with all of those over the coming week or two. So feel free to check it out. And well, thanks for watching, everybody. It's been pretty cool. I know it makes a change if you're watching rugby or watching both or at the same time. But you know, thank you for watching. And well, I'll see you soon. So thanks, everybody. And I shall read your comments afterwards. I know Helen's been in the background there commenting as well. So thank you very much, and thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care now.